Every year on April 25th, Australians commemorate what we call Anzac Day. Now, Anzac stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, and the reason this day has been chosen is because in 1915 there was a battle at Gallipoli, which lasted for about 8 months, and many thousands and thousands and thousands of people were killed. And the Australians actually landed at the wrong port. So when they landed at Gallipoli, they had this huge cliff to go up. The Turks were sitting on top defending their country, and the Australians didn't have a chance. They got out of the water and there was just nowhere to go. I went there last year, so I'm going to put a little clip in. So for those of you who can't imagine, because I have to admit, until I had been there, I hadn't got that picture in my head. So I'm going to dig it out and put a little bit in here so you can see exactly what they came up against. Anyway, I was watching a video of someone else earlier who said she can't stand it when people say Happy Anzac Day. Well, you know what? She's right, because it's not a day of celebration, or it's not like, you know, Happy Christmas or, you know, any of that stuff. It's actually a day to remember and be very grateful for what these soldiers did for us. Now, I've just been looking around, and in Sydney, Australia's Land Commander Major General Mark Kelly, these are his quotes from today's dawn service. I actually got up at 4:45 and went to the dawn service in Melbourne, and it was the energy and it was amazing. I'll show you some of that as well. Okay, this is what he said that Anzac Day means to Australians. Regardless of religion, racial background, or even place of birth, we gather not to glorify war, but to remind ourselves that we value who we are and the freedoms we possess, and to acknowledge the courage and sacrifice of those who contributed so much in shaping the identity of this proud nation. The term Anzac has transcended the physical meaning to become a spirit, an inspiration which embodies the qualities of courage, discipline, sacrifice, self-reliance, and in Australian terms, mateship and a fair go. And that is what Anzac Day means to him. So really it is a day for Australians. It's a national pride day, really, and it's also a day to be very grateful for the people who fought for us to have a free country. So maybe some of you hadn't heard of that overseas, perhaps. It's, you know, I guess it's a little bit like Remembrance Day on November the 11th, but this is specifically related to Gallipoli, and all around the world there's different dawn services because the attack happened at dawn. And I've just been watching it live from Turkey and seeing all the amazing things that have gone on there. So I'll just put some more clips on now for you. I hope you get a real understanding of what this was, and at the end I'll put the bit with the music, and just take some time to think about how important peace and freedom is for all of us.
You imagine boots on and your full uniform, and you're probably half wet.
Yeah, so the Turks stood here, and then also very interesting. But well, I couldn't do anything. So very interesting. Very sad. There's a sign up there talking about the Turkish people giving the land to the Australians
and that the Turkish and the Australians are side by side. See the island over there? That's where they had their main boats, and then they came across here at 4:30 in the morning and landed at sunrise. And there's Anzac Cove. That's exactly Anzac Cove there where it all happened. And between 4:30 and... Okay, this is one of the trenches, and I don't know whether this was an Allied trench or whether it was a Turkish trench.
It's right down deep under there.
Goes right down deep, and they're all propped up here. We just saw the trenches on the other side.
There was a man called Ataturk, I may have said that wrong, who actually became, after World War I, one of the founders of modern Turkey. And he erected a plaque. It's not a plaque, it's like a big brick sign with some words to the soldiers and to the families of the soldiers in Australia, which actually moved me to tears when I was there. So I've got a photo, I'll put the photo up, but I'm also going to read it to you because You won't see it on YouTube. It says, "Those heroes that shed their blood and lost their lives are now lying in the soil of a friendly country. Therefore rest in peace. There is no difference between the Johnnies and the Mehmets to us, where they lie side by side, here in this country of ours. You, the mothers who sent their sons from faraway countries, wipe away your tears. Your sons are now lying in our bosom and are in peace. After having lost their lives on this land, they have become our sons as well." Fantastic words. So that the families can think that that they're in a friendly country and that there's peace created between the two nations. Awesome. Okay, here's the picture. It's 5:30 in the morning and we're going to the Anzac Day service, and I have never seen so many people awake in my life at this time. Okay, so there's stacks, there's people coming in buses and all sorts of things. So there's millions and millions of people here.
They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Our Governor, Professor David